All right, it is 5:10. Can everyone hear me? Thumbs up, something in the chat, react. Okay. I was having difficulties a few days ago when I was on a call with some other folks and they couldn't hear me. So as long as you guys can hear me, we're good to go. I'm still gonna have a few people coming in and out, it looks like, but I think we can get started and I'll just be listening for people who are joining. Seeing everybody in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Let me move. Where are my slides? I have like a bajillion windows open, and none of them are the ones I need. All right. Here we go. All right. So, welcome to my New Year, New Planner event 2024. As I mentioned on the posts everywhere that I shared this is my third time hosting this event. It's just something that I wanted to do. I started it with a friend. She hasn't been available recently, so I decided to try and do it on my own this year. So we'll see how that goes. This is my agenda. As I mentioned, if you were getting my text blasts through the Partyful app, this is kind of what I want to go over, but I'm open to talking about other things if people have other ideas or things they want to share, and we can just chat. It's not meant for me to, I'm not here to lecture you. I'm not some professional planner person, but this is kind of what I want to talk about. So I want to, get to know you guys a little bit, talk about vision boards, different types of planners and journal types and styles, and then whatever else we get from all of that. But that's kind of where I wanted to start. So I'll start with my intro. I see a lot of people in the chat. So I'm Dahlia, or Dee. I'm a mom. I'm a middle school STEAM teacher, and I've been a PASH ambassador for, I don't know, 4 or 5 cycles now. And I run too many Facebook groups to count. I've hosted many virtual meetups, giveaways. I've given away planners outside of giveaways, like just said, hey, you need a planner, send me your info. If you can pay shipping, I'll send you a planner. I see a lot of California people in the chat. So I'm currently in the Bay Area. I moved to San Francisco a few months ago, but I'm originally from Southern California. So I see a lot of people in the chat bringing up California. So that's kind of cool because in the past, I've been like the only California person in a lot of spaces. So I've always had to do like East Coast time zones and things like that. So it's pretty cool to see a lot of people that are like in my area, my neck of the woods. I see someone mentioned Inland Empire. I lived there for the last 10 years before I moved up to Northern California, but I'm originally from LA, Long Beach. So for this portion, as far as icebreakers go, like I said, this is informal. You can chat in the chat box. If you want to speak out, there is a little raise hand function to kind of keep us a little organized. I'm a teacher, so that helps my brain, but we're all adults here. So if you happen to just unmute yourself to talk, that's totally fine too. But these are some of the questions that I thought of. So you guys have already kind of gotten started, where you're from, how many years you've been with the Pash Fam. So if you're here and you don't use Passion Planner, that's the name of our community for people who use Passion Planner. How many years have you been with us? If you're new, welcome. If you don't care for Passion Planner, that's totally fine. You don't have to. You can use whatever planner or journal you want. And then a random question: what 3 items would you bring with you on a deserted island? So you can share out if you feel comfortable. You can just type it up in the chat. I'll give everybody a couple minutes to just kind of think and type, and I'll be quiet. So if anybody else wants to jump on the mic, feel free.
Think there are some hands up.
It's not even showing me. Usually I'll get my little notification, but okay, we can start with Hope. If you're ready, you can go ahead and then we'll jump to Takira.
Hi, Dahlia.
Hello, hello.
Did you want me to talk or write or what?
Totally up to you. If you want to talk, go ahead.
Oh, okay. And what you want me to answer the questions?
Sure.
Oh,
Or you can share
okay.
something else about yourself if you want.
Okay. I typed in a little bit about myself. I'm in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and I'm a psychotherapist. And I think I've been using Passion Planner for like the past 4 years. I've used some others, and this is by far my favorite planner. Um, and if I were stuck on a deserted island, I don't know. I'd have to think about this, but I would definitely take my planner and my markers and my rulers. I would take several good books, um, and my meditation cushion.
You're like one of the first people that mentioned like bringing their planner. Like I see other people are just like, I'll bring some books or some food, but you're the first person that I can see anyway. That's like,
Well,
I'm gonna take my planner.
I really love the planner because I don't just keep, my days in there on the supplemental pages. I keep so much more. And it really is, it's like my husband kids me because it's like I carry around my life in that book. And I think I'd be lost without it.
It might be a good way to keep track of the days and not
Hmm.
lose track of time.
Yeah,
Go
I
crazy.
do that. I do that too.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Let's move
Yeah.
over to Kira. If anyone else, you can go ahead and raise your hand or you can jump in and fill the silence.
Hi everybody. Can you hear me? Okay, cool, cool, cool. This is my first time using this meetup format, and for that reason, I would not have raised my hand, but I must have pressed that accidentally. So now I'm speaking. I'm from New York City, and I am not familiar with passion planners, but I am learning so much and being exposed to new things recently. So that's pretty cool. I don't know what I would bring to a deserted island. Um, you guys have some really good ideas though. So I like so far what I'm seeing and what you guys are sharing. Okay, I'll
Thank
leave it
you.
at that.
Yeah, I'll be going over like the different types of passion planners. So if anyone is interested in getting one, I will be giving away a bunch. 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 2025 planners that I'm gonna give away. 7? Is that I have one more? I probably have some. I'm gonna give away some digital ones, and then I was thinking of giving away some dailies because I know I have some in a box. So I might give away a couple of those too. But I'll go over what the planners look like on the inside. So if that's something anyone is interested in, they have a Black Friday sale going on right now. So hopefully it'll still be on when this meeting is over and you can grab one. Let's see. Did someone? Okay, I think yeah, a lot of accidental hand raises. Don't worry about it. Even if you did accidentally raise your hand and you don't want to talk, like I said, we're grown. I'm not gonna force anyone to talk if they don't want to. All right. Does anybody else want to share it out loud? You can continue typing in the chat, but does anyone else want to share out loud before we move on to vision boards and things? Go ahead, Trina.
Yeah, I can't. It's too long to type, so I'll just say it. So I just looked up the phrasing for it because I didn't know what IE meant until like earlier today. So I'm in the Greater Valley of California,
Okay.
and then how many years? I'm new to passion planning. I usually just get like a regular planner from like Walmart or something and just use that. And then for the 3 items, I'd bring like that Nanny McPhee bag. So then I could just have like non-stop like food and essentials and like books and stuff. And then I'd bring my dog. And then I'd also have like bring like a little tiny home.
You're just like, if I'm gonna be deserted, I'm gonna have all the things.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. I always forget about that bag. That would be awesome. Alrighty. So now I wanted to talk about vision boards because a lot of people either have never made one, never heard the term, or they probably call it something else where they're from. But I'm going to talk about vision boards and some vision board alternatives and things of that nature. So next slide. All right, so what a vision board is, it's a visual representation of your goals, dreams, and aspirations. I think I was first introduced to this when I was like a little girl in elementary school. I had a teacher who was talking about, we're going to make posters and we're going to talk about what we want to be when we grow up. And then we're going to talk about what we have to do to get that, fill that out. So at one point in my life, I had this huge poster board in my childhood bedroom because I thought I was going to be a doctor. I'm not a doctor, but I had this whole plan. It was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to finish elementary school. I'm going to go to middle school. I'm going to go to high school. I'm going to go to college. I'm going to go to medical school. It was all planned out, but that was the only concept of vision boards that I had as a kid was, oh, this is what I need to do to get, what career I want started. But as I've gotten older, I've learned it's not just that, it's what you want out of life in general. So usually they're collages made of images, words, symbols that reflect what you want to achieve in life. And the most common form that I've seen online are the actual physical poster boards. But now people have come up with all kinds of ways to do it. So people are doing them digitally, where they'll make their collages the wallpaper of their desktop or maybe their phone. Some people will make the collages in their planners. So in the passion planners themselves, there's a bunch of blank pages in the back of the notebook, and some people will make them on those back pages. If you're a journaling person, you might have spreads in your journal that just represent everything you want to do. This year is the first year that I've made a physical poster for the first time in a very long time. So I actually found this little vision board book on Amazon. There's a bunch of different ones. This just happens to be the one that I bought. It has a bunch of images, quotes, and things that you can collage together. It saves some time for me having to Google everything, but you can totally do that, Google and print things out. And I have 2 separate boards. Let's see if they'll focus. Let me turn off this blur. All right. Yeah, so someone just mentioned, Jennifer in the chat, digital, Canva, print them out, put them all over the place. I have another one that I made digitally as well. But this one, I have some goals related to health, finance. I've got back into like budgeting and things like that. I want to improve my credit score. I want to focus on spending money better, instead of buying frivolous things all the time. Content creation, I want to actually post content this year, not just pictures of my planner, but I actually want to post like informational content and things like that. So that's what I made on that. And then I also put together this digital one. I can show you guys that really quickly. Close that. share this tab. So this is Canva. If you're not familiar, it's a website, Canva, Canva.com. And you can create all kinds of templates for digital and print products. So this is one that I made similar to the one I did on paper. These images were all images that I found in Canva. So this is one page. I plan to print these ones out and just glue them into my planner. I can share this template, but honestly, if you just go to Canva's website and type vision board template, you'll get a bajillion of these. But I can still share this one or one like it if you guys are interested. But this was a digital one that I put together. Let me get back to this one. There, this tab. All right. But yeah, so that's a little bit about what I know vision boards to be. So what I wanted to do, I did this the last time and people actually liked it. I put together a Padlet. Let me make sure this pop-up will work for me. Always allow. Done. So Padlet is a website that allows you to collaborate. And like I said, I'm a teacher, so I use the stuff in my classroom. But I wanted us to kind of collaborate together and create our own kind of vision board together. So let me drop that link here. So you should be able to just click the link and you shouldn't have to log in or sign up for the site. But this is what it looks like when you log in. Ooh, I have people trying to join the call. Let me let them in. So this is what it currently looks like. I pinned this. I did this a month ago because I was on top of it. And then I made this and I was like, okay, I can wait a month. And then I was spending all morning making sure I had everything done. But I left, so this is a little post-it and it has some suggestions of what you can include in your vision board. Take what you won't need, leave what you don't. So some of the examples that I listed were personal growth, career goals, health and wellness, relationships, financial goals, hobbies, and personal passions. So if you see, I don't know, can you guys see this little plus sign? On the bottom right of the screen, there's a plus sign, and when you click on it, it lets you create a post-it. So you don't need a subject, but you can start typing things you would include in your vision board. You can start typing out your goals if you feel comfortable sharing them with everyone. And then you can hit publish and it'll just post your sticky note up there. So for example, if this is a sample, something I have planned for 2025, ... I hit publish. It has an anonymous name there. That's totally fine. And then my little sticky note pops up. So if you guys want to jump in and type in what you're going to include on your vision board or what you'd want to include, you guys can do that now. Please let me know if that link I dropped in the chat isn't working. Let me pin it as well so it doesn't disappear. Oh, I see people typing. I'm excited to see what we all come up with. There's also an option to change the color. So the bottom left where it's right here, the default is black. If you click on that, it'll also change the color of your sticky note if you want a different color. Yes, happy anchovy, getting healthy, losing weight, eating better, making exercise fun. So I currently teach on the 3rd floor of my building, and there's an elevator that faces my classroom. So when the school year started, I was using that elevator. I was like, wow, this is going to be amazing. And then the elevator broke and they haven't fixed it. So I've been trudging up and down to the 3rd floor every single day. So that's helped a lot as far as health. It's not fun, but it's definitely more exercise than I would have been getting. Money, yes. I'm reading through the chat. Shannon said she'd bring a bed to her deserted island, and I'm here for it. Welcome, welcome to everyone who just joined. There's a link in the chat to a Padlet if you want to share your vision board goals or something that you'd want to include on your vision board. Just click that link and then you can add your own post-it. The last time I did this, I shared the link and I also downloaded it as a PDF, so some people printed them out and put them in their planners just to kind of remind themselves of this event. And I will gladly drop that PDF again if everyone wants it. So on the bottom right, there's this little plus sign. When you click on it, a post-it will appear on the screen. You don't need a subject, but you can start typing right here where it says, right, something fantastic. And then you can hit publish when you're done typing. You just have to click that link in the chat. It should say padlet.com/long stuff. You click on that link and it should take you to the screen that we're on. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Because of the super long post-it that I have. Let me unpin this. Let's see if it will let me unpin it. Oh no, I have to log in to do that. Give me a second. Let me log into that. Yeah, if you scroll on your own screen, it should show all of these. I have to scroll so that everyone can see them, but let me log in and see if I can fix this formatting a little bit. All right. Unpin post. And then say refresh. Okay, that's unpinned. And then group post first. Okay, let me refresh that again. Yeah, this thing is just super long. There you go. So now all the new posts are going to pop up on the top and all the old posts will be populating on the bottom. So hopefully now when everyone starts adding, posts will pop up and we can start seeing more of them. But the formatting is really weird. Let me change this from a grid to a wall. There we go. Much better. There we go. I guess I can repin that. There we go. Ooh, cache stuffing and cache planning. I use when I decided to restart my budgeting with my last paycheck because I only get paid once a month. So my last paycheck was the end of October. So I restarted my budget for the month of November. And I used the Budget Mom workbook, her budget by paycheck workbook. So I don't do cash, but I definitely understand the cache stuffing and planning methods. So if anyone's interested in that workbook, I can drop the link to that too. There's a PDF and a physical version. I just use a PDF and printed it out myself. So I have this big chunky budget workbook that's keeping me on track so I don't spend money on things I don't need. Ooh, someone has a theme for the year. That's another thing that people do in place of vision boards or alongside their vision boards. They'll have like a theme or a word of the year. So this person wrote their theme for the year is nourish and flourish. I like that. I can never stick with the word of the year. I've tried it in the past, it just doesn't resonate. But I know for some people it's a really big game changer. Yes, the budget mom. Mm-mm. I printed out her most recent budget by paycheck workbook, and I have it all. I use the discs, the Happy Planner discs. It's a really thick workbook, but I printed it out, and I'm following the steps with hopes that I don't waste money. And it's been helpful because it's forcing me to actually look at my finances and track everything, all the money that I'm spending. And I'm looking and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so many little micro transactions that take out every time I buy something or whatever. And I'm just like, I'm just wasting money. Like it looks like money just coming in and leaving. It's just running. Mm. I see some language learners. I study languages too. So my social media handles are Mixed Mama Musings, because I'm mixed. My dad is Nigerian and my mom is Samoan and Chinese. So I grew up speaking English and Samoan. And then I started taking Spanish in high school. And from then on, I was like, I want to speak all things and I want to talk to all the people in the world. So I study languages for fun now as an adult. I've been brushing up on my Spanish because it's not as good as I want it to be. But I've also been dabbling with like Korean, Japanese, and Mandarin. So I see quite a few language learners. Shannon, you raised your hand. Did you want to speak? Feel free.
I did. I'm interested in learning this year, coming year, something like trying to learn some language. What do you use?
So I see some people commenting in the chat. They use Duolingo. So Duolingo is a popular language app, but I wouldn't recommend it for beginners. It's more so for people who kind of already have some grasp of languages. But there is, let me grab the website. There's a site called Innovative Language. And they have a separate website for every language that they teach. So Innovative Language is kind of the main site, but you would choose your language that you want and they would direct you to the respective website. They have tons of languages available. That's kind of how I started. So I'll drop that link in the chat, innovativelanguage.com. Another really good one is Rosetta Stone. That one's been around for a very long time. I use Rosetta Stone when I want to practice speaking because that's kind of where a lot of language learners drop the ball, is that they don't get enough practice speaking to real people. But yeah, those are two really good ones. Innovative Language. So if you go to Innovative Language's website, that's their main page, and then you can check out all the languages that they offer. And then, like I said, each language has their own website. They do have, it's free, but they have premium plans that offer, more features, more things. But all those sites also have YouTube channels. So if you just want to check out what they have, you can also go to their YouTube channels.
Okay, can you put, I got dual language and innovative. Can you put the rest of them in the chat, or all of them in the chat for me, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
But yeah, a lot of people are noticing, Duolingo is fun for vocab and grammar practice. But if you try to pick up a language on there, you're going to learn really quickly that you're not learning as much as you'd want to learn. So let me, is this Rosetta Stone? .com. Yeah, I used Innovative Language for a number of years, but but my dad was paying for it for me, and I realized that I wasn't using it as much as I could have been using it, so I stopped subscribing to their premium plan, but I'd still recommend it. And if you can manage a subscription, even better, but if not, the free version is still pretty good. Where did our, yeah. Sunny B, go ahead. You were able to make it.
Yes, I did not get a trip today, so I'm at home. But also, if you have a library card, which if you don't, I recommend everybody go get a library card. Let's keep our libraries alive. If you have a library card, a lot of times they will offer like Rosetta Stone or some language learning I don't want to say app, but like program that you can get from the library for free instead of having to pay for a subscription. So a lot of times the things that you want or need, 9 times out of 10, your library offers it.
Yeah, I agree. There was one software that I completely forgot about, but it's very similar to Rosetta Stone, and I was able to get it through my library. If I find that, I'll share that too. But I definitely second that. I still haven't gotten my library card since I moved up to San Francisco, so that's a good reminder. I need to do that because I used to live at the library and I haven't been since, because San Francisco has an abundance of hills and I don't like driving on these hills. So I'm going to have to force myself to drive those hills and get a library card. Yes, it does help to find a language that you connect to in some way. So I started learning Korean because I was really big into K-pop and K-dramas in high school, and reading subtitles was exhausting. So and then it kind of pushed into other things too. So definitely find a language you connect to, because you're more likely to like push forward and actually attempt to learn it. So I definitely second that. Yes, digital library cards are a thing, and a lot of people don't know you can get library cards from other places. You don't have to live there to get those library cards. So I'm glad that this has come up. But it looks like we have some pretty awesome stuff on this vision board. You guys can continue adding to it. I'm going to switch back to our other tabs. We can go back and forth to vision boards all night. That's fine with me. But I'm going to get back to these slides. So some vision board alternatives: Passion Roadmap, vision cards, Pinterest dream boards, goal/vision/dream journals, writing a letter to yourself, or Notion vision board. So the Passion Roadmap is a specific little worksheet that's included in the Passion planners at the front of each planner. And they help you divide out your goals, short term to the long term. So that's one alternative that people might use, instead of actually, like, if you're not like a visual, like picture person, maybe you just want to write the words down. That's totally fine. I'm going to go over what that looks like in a little bit. Some people do vision cards. So instead of giant posters, they'll have like little index cards with all their goals on it. So they might have like one index card that's like, these are all my health goals, or another one, these are my goals for my relationships, another one for careers. So I've seen people do vision cards and they'll just leave them on a little key ring, hang them up, and flip through them as needed. Some people have entire journals, not just spreads, but entire journals dedicated to their goals, their visions, their dreams. Another really good one is writing a letter to yourself. So I don't have a letter in this. I took the letter out a while ago. But when I first started this journal, I put an envelope in it. So it just says goals, and then I would write my goals for the year and put it in here, and it was at the front. And as you can see, that was July. This was like 3 years ago. But yeah, that's another, like, writing a letter to yourself, like, okay, this is what you're gonna do this year, and you making a promise to yourself to get it done. Oh, why are we going? And then Notion. So Notion is another app that some people like to use. I'm not super well versed on that, so if anybody wants to chime in about Notion at any time, feel free. I kind of play around with it, but I don't feel comfortable talking about it because I'm gonna say you should do this, and it might not work. But if anybody wants to chime in about Notion, or anyone who uses it, frequently, feel free to chime in at any time this evening. All right, so that passion roadmap, this is what it looks like. So on the front of the planners, when you open them, I know they did add a couple different pages this year, but ultimately this is what passion roadmap looks like. So they say make a wish list, set a timer for 5 minutes. Imagine that whatever you write on this piece of paper will come true within the designated time frame. Think of it as a wish list describing your ideal life. Ask yourself, if I could be anything, do anything, or have anything, what would it be? Right? Every single thing that comes to mind, specific as possible. Lastly, do not feel the need to be realistic or justify your dreams. Just write. So this is at the front of all the passion planners. One thing I want to mention, if buying a passion planner is not a thing, it's not, but you want this paper, Passion Planner offers their planners, all the inserts as free PDFs on their website. So if you just want this page and you don't want the actual planner, and you're just like, you know what, I think I want that roadmap for my journal, this is available as a free download on the website, and you can download and print it out as many times as you want. Or if you're a digital planner, you can use it on your iPad or on your phone. Cassandra, you had your hand up. Did you want to jump in before I continue? Cassandra? I know some of these might be accidental hand raises, so I don't want to push. Shannon, you can jump in while we see if this, I don't know if that was accidental or not.
Really quickly, I once bought a digital download and I can't remember what year it was from. Is it still, I never used it. Is it still something that I can use?
You should be able to, because they email you a link, and the link is supposed to expire after you've downloaded the thing 5 times. So it should still be good. But if not, if it was something you purchased, they might be able to get you that again if you contact customer support. But if it's like a free download, you can download them as many times as you want from the site.
No, this was, I paid for this, but never used it. Okay, thank you. I would look into it.
Jennifer mentioned in the chat that she has a goal list based on her age. So 35 things at 35. And then something easy as baking a special cake, or tougher as doing a 5K. So that's another idea too, if anybody wants to do that. I am 33 and I'm a summer baby. So I don't know if I can, I'll see what 33 things I can get done in the next 6-7 months. I'll keep that in the back of my head. But yes, this is the Passion Roadmap. It's at the beginning of all the planners, and it's available as a free download from Passion Planner's website. So if you just want this, you want to play around with it, it's there. I think I'm gonna pause and do a giveaway before I forget, and just not do the giveaways because I'm yapping. Okay, let me see. All right, so I'm gonna grab a planner. And I'll pull up my little list. I have like a random number. So if you filled out the Google form, it's attached to a Google sheet. And on that sheet, everyone has like a number based on when you filled out the form. So in my number picker, that's the number I'm going to go off of. So let's start with, okay, Twilight Teal. The first one, it's a Twilight Teal, a deep teal color. All of the planners I have are Monday start. So if you're not a Monday start person, I apologize. I'm a Monday start person, and I just kind of automatically pick that whenever I'm buying them. So this is the medium size planner. 2025 medium Monday start. All right. Let me see on my form. Twilight Teal. All right, what numbers do I have? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 23. Mm, 5 through. Did everyone who celebrates Thanksgiving have a good holiday? This was like the first year I didn't have to cook, because usually I'm the designated chef in our household. But since I moved out of my parents' house, I didn't have to cook. I think I cooked one thing, and then we met up with other friends and family, and it was so weird because I'm used to waking up super early and just cooking everything. So I felt like I should have been doing something all morning. I was like, why am I not, in the kitchen doing stuff? And I realized I didn't have to. 3, 56, 58, 59. All right. I've entered all the little numbers. Okay. All right. So I entered the numbers. One winner. I'm going to switch to this tab. All right. So this is the random name picker. Those are the numbers on my Excel sheet. Those are the numbers next to people who chose Twilight Teal as one of the giveaway options that they were interested in. So I'm going to draw the winner. And then I'm going to grab a pencil so I can write this down so I don't forget who I'm going to send this to. So the winner is number 14, Twilight is number 14. And then if we look at, make sure I hit everybody's personal information. All right, so on my sheet, it's only showing people's names, preferred pronouns, and then the options that they voted for. So I'm going to switch there. We're going to go down to number 14, and that's Tarika. Are we here tonight? You don't have to be present to win, but if you're here, that would be awesome. But that's the winner of our first one. So I am going to try and be fair and only let you guys win one. So now number 14, you've won your planner. So you won't be entered into any more of the drawings to give everyone else a shot. But yeah, congrats. That's our first giveaway winner. Everyone's looking at their position on the chart now. Like, what number am I? Yeah, if you want, I can leave the screen up a little bit. You guys can see your numbers if you want, but that's how I'm gonna do the giveaways this evening. And that's just one. It's actually 8 planners. See, I moved one of the planners and I was like, I could have swore I was giving away 8 planners. I put the other one next to me because I was checking to make sure that my document camera worked. He's like, where's the other planner? This is what happens. You're doing too many things. All right. Back to here. All right. So that's the passion roadmap. Does anyone have questions or anything that they want to add to this conversation about passion roadmaps? Does it work for you? For me personally, it doesn't work. I completely ignore those pages, or I try to use them and then I never look at them again. So that's how I learned that the passion roadmap doesn't really work for me. I'm hoping that once I put my vision board on my wall or somewhere in this office, that I'll look at it more, because I have a tendency to not look back at the passion roadmap. Does anyone do anything different with those pages? Because I know some people doodle on them, so they'll draw out what they want done instead of writing out the words. I do know one of my other friends who's a part of the Pash fam said that one of her goals was to meet her husband, and she did. So she says that the Passion Roadmap helped her in that regard. But I don't know. Does anyone else have anything? Yeah. So some people said that the Passion Roadmap is awesome. It worked during undergrad. Yeah, photos of concepts over the goal dates. Yeah. Ultimately, a planner is a notebook. You can do whatever you want with it. No one can tell you you have to fill anything out. Christina, go ahead.
Hi, yeah. I like the Passion Roadmap as like a refresher of my bigger goals, like if I need to get reacquainted with something. And like something I learned in a ADHD coaching program is like focusing on less to get more done. And so I like using the Passion Roadmap as like, all right, I'll focus on like one specific area of my goals, like health or social or financial, whatever. So that's something that helps me just like get more out of it. Cause similar to you, like, yep, I might fill it out, I might not, but I usually don't go back.
Yeah, that's like what I'm working on. Like if I'm writing things out for informational purposes, I need to remember to go back, but I never go back. Before I move on, I want to share this Google Sheet. If you have social media or things that you want to share, you can click on that link. Let me show you guys what it looks like. So I did this before and I was able to connect with a lot more people through social media and other things. So I shared my link. So I have this first link has all my links in it. So you don't have to click on everything else one by one. Instagram, Twitter, or X, whichever one you refer to, TikTok, if you have a personal Facebook page, Facebook groups. This one is blank, but I'm going to go in and fill in all the groups that I run. I run too many groups, and then I was supposed to come back and fill that out, and then I completely forgot. But I run a ton of Facebook groups, so if you want to connect with me on Facebook, I'll link them there. I have a website/blog. I technically have a YouTube channel. That's what I'm trying to work on. If you want to see the New Year, New Planner event that I did the last 2 times, those are up on the channel. So those are like the only things that's up on that channel, but I'm going to work on that. But if you want to share and connect with some people, that's what I drop in the chat. It's also pinned. But yeah, put your name, whatever links you have or that you want. But yeah, so I want to drop that before I forget. See, I have all these things planned out, and then what? I forget. Don't be like me, folks. Use your planners. Write these things down. Right. So while people are filling that out, let me see. Actually, I think I'll do another giveaway. So you guys can fill that out, share your socials, whatever you feel comfortable sharing. You don't have to. I know some people have private accounts and they don't want to share those. I totally understand. But anything you feel comfortable sharing, feel free. Let me put together the next drawing. So we did the Twilight Teal. How do we feel about Rainbow Prisma being the next one? I think we'll do the Rainbow Prisma next. So let me look at my chart. Let's see who did that. For those of you just joining, everyone's just filling out the links chart. So I have a chart, a Google Sheet. If you want to share your social media links, your blogs, your websites, your business, we can all help each other grow in 2025. I know some people have content creation goals, and if you need me to come comment on your posts, if you want me to look at your post, you can send me anything. I will comment all up and down your pages if that's what you guys need to help grow your accounts. I'll do it. I'll be that person. Okay. Rainbow Prisma. 2, 56, and 58. All right. Okay, while people are typing, I am gonna pull our next winner. So the first one is Twilight Teal. This is the Rainbow Prisma. It was originally released as an undated planner, but this one is a 2025 medium Monday starts planner. Okay, so let's see who's gonna get this one. I'm kind of sad there's no sound effects. Number 16. Okay. Where's that chart at? For 16. So number 16 is Audrey. Audrey Carnero. Carnero. I don't know if you're here, but congrats. Oh, I see you. I see your name. Yay, you're here. Congrats. So you got the Rainbow Prisma. So I'm gonna I'll be reaching out to all the winners. If not tonight, sometime over the weekend through your preferred method, contact method, and I'll get your contact info so I can start shipping those out. So we've got 2 planners out of the way. Let me write. See, I was going to forget to write it down. And then I'd have to come back and rewatch the entire recording to figure out who won what. All right. We've got 2. Alrighty. Oh, what is that? Let's go back here. Alrighty. So planner style. So this one, I wanted to open the floor. If anybody wanted to share how they use their planners, or if you want to share your actual planner. So these are pictures of, these are old, but these are digital planner spreads. So I've been using, this is the digital version of the Passion Planner. The left one is the daily, and then this right one is the weekly kind of layout. I made these earlier on when, so the one on the left was made with like one of the early editions of the Passion Planner. I helped beta test. And this one, I want to say was 2021-ish, I think. Yeah, 2021 when I was student teaching, because that's one of my school planners. But I don't know, if you want to share how you plan, what you use, the floor is yours. So Valerie, you can start us off if you're ready.
Hello. I've been using Passion Planner for like 10 years or something, and I've been a Passion ambassador for maybe 4. I don't remember exactly. This year I'm using this gilded one. I got a nice little planner chunk going on. I'm super happy about that. So I use my planner for everything, scrapbooking, and I have one of the things I do use the Passion Roadmap all the time. Well, not all the time, twice a year I do it. And then I do the monthly reflections all the time. But what I discovered I wasn't using was the monthly layout. And so I use the monthly layout now as a gratitude journal or like memory pages. So for every day of the month, I just write something that was memorable or something that I'm celebrating. So that was, I guess that's the only thing that I do differently with my planner that I thought might be useful to somebody else. And I also keep track of, I do a yearly tarot spread. And so I write in the back pages, I write all of the month and the card and what it means. So that when I'm doing the monthly reflection and the monthly layout, I'm also kind of decorating it based on the theme of, of the card draw that for that month. And I also keep track of how many books I read for the year and, which ones I like the best. So that's kind of what I use mine for.
Nice. So I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really stick with my planner this year. It's kind of, I have a work planner that I use. So that's where the bulk of my planning kind of comes in, is my work planner, and it's not a passion planner, but I had this lovely planner sitting on my desk all year. Look at how pretty it is. No use. So sad. I'm probably gonna find a way to repurpose it. I'll probably use it as a journal or something, but this is why I give so many planners away, because I know that like I don't need them, but also I end up doing stuff like this where I'm like, I have to have that planner and then don't even use it. I will use it though. I always find a way to repurpose things, but yeah, just if you know it doesn't work, you have to make it work for you. So I like that you did all those different things. I do know that this year my goal, and if you guys are in planner groups or if you see me online, you guys can hold me accountable. You can message me and just like, are you writing in your planner? I won't be offended, I promise. But I do plan to use my planner this year, even if it means rewriting work stuff in it. Because I do want to, like I said, I'm trying to get on my content planning. I've been talking about making YouTube videos since like 2016, and it's almost 2026, guys, and I haven't done it. So this is me telling you all that I'm trying to do this. So hopefully anybody will be like, hey, how's that YouTube video coming along? But yeah, Angela, go ahead.
Oh, hi. Sorry. I guess I had to set on my settings so that I could actually talk. So I kind of am like you. I don't really use the Passion Roadmap or any of that. But one thing I do, because I've been doing my Passion Planner for like 10 years now, I actually was part of their Kickstart plan when they first started and got on with Kickstart with them and fell in love. So I've just been using them ever since. And it used to be more for just function. And one thing I had it broke down into like color key. So like in my world, I run 2 businesses. So my life can get kind of chaotic. So what I like to do is color coordinate everything. So like, for instance, like purple is personal, blue is business, anything to do with sports is like a magenta color, anything with an appointment is usually like a bright color to draw my attention, you know, stuff like that. This year, I tried to get a little crazier and I did stickers. I just bought a simple like sticker pack on Amazon and just tried to be basic Betty and was like, okay, I'm just going to do monthly themes and like just try to not be, I'm a perfectionist. So sometimes it's really hard to just stay on task and not do all of the things. So this year I did incorporate a lot of stickers, which now that we're getting towards the end of the year, looking back is making me super happy. So I definitely recommend to anybody who's like, oh, that's too much work, just do it, because it's really not that much work. And it is so much fun to look back on all the memories and all the colors and themes. Like, I just love that. I don't know how to flip my camera around. Sorry, this is the first time I've ever... Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is kind of a little bit of my planner. In the beginning, I did a lot of the like color key. And then some of the stickers I used were just like basic ones that I got from like the dollar store that were like wall decals that you could use to just like make them creative. Like a lot of people are like, oh, I don't have the money for all that. Like $1.25 and you are, you know, doing the dang thing. And then like I did really hardcore on a lot of my months and I tried to stick with a lot of like color incorporations for different stuff. And I found that to be like a lot of joy that was different this year. Adding the tabs on the side, that was like such a simple thing that has brought me so much joy this year. And another thing I like to do is in the back, I kind of do, I'm into like astrology and stuff. So I like to have like a moon calendar. And then I usually will have like my astrology for my year at a glance. And then there's a Happier podcast that I listen to. And they do a thing every year that I really like. Like last year it was 24 and 24. And it's 24 things that you want to do, you know, in the year 2024. So I've always liked that. And it's kind of like similar to what we were talking about with the vision boards and stuff earlier. And then I do something like this instead of doing a vision board. I do like my lucky numbers and my horoscopes and word of the year and like kind of like a color theme in the back of mine. And I really like that. I have a book tracker also like Valerie. Not filled out as much though. I was slacking this year. I have the birthday calendar, which I find to help me every year for like keeping birthdays in. And then I have my year at the glance, which I found to be super helpful for me because I've already printed out one for 2025 and I'm going to incorporate all of these things that were already written in this year at a glance. So that was something that was like seriously a game changer for me this year. I don't know why, like such simple things will like make drastic changes in your life, but that was one. And then I like to do a little like bucket list too. So like some people have like a yearly bucket list that they'll like hang up somewhere. I do mine in the back of the Passion Planner because we have all this room back here to do all of the fun stuff. So I just keep it really simple. And then I'm kind of one of those extra people that does a lot for holidays and stuff. So this year I was trying to incorporate, like this was like a page that I did for my birthday party. That was like all of the things for my birthday party, just to kind of like remind me of how much fun I had. And then like, here's another page that like talks about the different things that we did and where we went and stuff like that. Cause you know, we always like forget this simple stuff, you know, it's like, oh my God, that was already a year ago. What did we do? Like, so that was just a little bit of mine. I just figured I would share.
No, thank you. That was awesome. I always forget about the back pages of the planner because I use a separate journal for things, but I definitely, since my goal is to actually use the planner this year, like I'm trying to use it, I can incorporate a lot of my journaling things into the back of the planner, but I love all the little things. And like you said, sometimes adding the stickers, like that's it. That's awesome. Someone did have a question for you, Angela, in the chat. They asked, what was the simple thing that was a game changer? Was it just the stickers or adding the pops of color? Because they missed it and everyone's intrigued. If you don't mind answering, or you can answer in the chat.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I'm super struggling with this, so I can't even figure out how to get back to the keyboard. But yeah, just doing color coordinating for different events and different categories of your life. That was a big thing. Doing tabs on the side of mine to be able to flip around a lot easier. That helped me a lot, which I did notice this year. It looks like we have 2 ribbons though on all the planners.
Yes.
Did you guys notice that too?
Yeah, they have the original green ribbons and then they have another ribbon that complements the color of the planner itself. That was a new thing they added this year.
Love that, because I think that will help bouncing back and forth between monthly and weekly. I think that will be awesome. But yeah, and then just figuring out what things were important to me that I needed, because I'm a visualization person, I'm a list person, having those in the back of what worked for my life that I could reuse over and over every year to kind of have that same template and make it easy on myself. That was really like the biggest things that changed for me in using it this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a link and then Charlize, you can jump in while I find this link. But I did put together some printables that you can use for the back pages of your planners. It's a freebie from my coffee shop. I'm just gonna drop that link and I'm gonna mute myself now.
I just wanted to hop in for 2 reasons. One, because you said the dollar store stickers. So I have a very I have too many stickers. It's a problem. It is a legitimate problem. I used to be a perfectionist, and then I was like, oh my God, this helped me get over that. And now it's a different problem. I have stickers and buckets and bookshelves and drawers full of stickers. I have so many stickers. I've like, let me organize the stickers. It's a problem.
Okay,
It's not-
I'm not gonna lie. I just jumped in here because it took me an hour to get in, or an hour 15 minutes to get in. The first thing I hear is blasphemy. What did you say? Too many stickers. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay.
Michelle's the washi tape queen.
Well, that, but too many stickers. Well, and I just jumped in. I like literally have no idea what's been talked about, so I'm just inserting my patuki in here like I know something. You got teacher friends?
Oh, I don't actually have to. I use them.
Oh, what
I use them.
I'm gonna go back and mute myself. Just speaking all this heresy on the phone call. Lord.
No. No, someone was saying that they just started using stickers, and I said, I used to have a perfectionist problem. Now I use all the stickers. Oh, I was the kid who was like, if you, even in college, you give me a sticker, you're my best friend. Because Not for real. But the dollar store stickers specifically have a really special place in my heart because my mom, who is now passed, the first time I saw her, I had not lived with my mom for 13 years. I didn't live with her since I was 13 years old. And she was very poor and in jail a lot and stuff like that. And the first time I was going to see her when I was like an adult and like she was going to meet my wife and all of these things. She was like, "What do you guys want for Christmas?" Right? She didn't believe me when I was like, "Mom, I want stickers." And she's like, "What do you mean you want stickers?" I'm like, "No, Mom, I want stickers." "What kind of stickers?" "I don't care, Mom, any stickers. I want any stickers." And so, of course, she went to like any store she would go to, which was like the dollar store and Walmart and stuff. And so when I came for Christmas, she literally had every dollar store, gas station, Walmart, any store she went to, stickers. And so now those are my absolute favorite stickers. And I still have those, and those are the ones that I like cherish the most because I know she spent so much time, and I can just see her every time going in that store being so excited about every one of those little stickers. And so I absolutely love the dollar store ones. They make me very, very happy. I cried the first time I went to a dollar store after my mom passed. I cried. I probably look crazy. It's like, oh, I got the stickers and just start bawling. But yeah, so you said that dollar store stickers, it made me feel fuzzy inside.
That's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. It's just a really specific thing. And then the other one that I was gonna say about the pages was it made me laugh because when I was at a job I hated, my planner reflected it a lot. Because my planner was either I spent so much time on it because I didn't want to do anything else, or I spent no time on it because I had no time to do it. And there were days where it's like really pretty and like all put together. And this is like a specific thing where like I actually fell that day. I got hurt and like had to go on like workers' comp and stuff. But then there's days where I was just like mad. And they're terrible and ugly. And like, why would I make it look like that? And it's like, oh, because I hated it there. And like they're just plain pages, which is never, and they're scribbled and angry and thrown all over the place. And so I think it's a really good, it's just whether you're using it, organized or not, I think it's still a really good reflection on, where you're at in your life. And in more ways than just like the ways you intend it to be, whether you're writing a reflection or not, it still shows. That's all. I stop talking now.
No, thank you for sharing that. Another thing too that I think a lot of people kind of forget that, your planner it's still a notebook, it's still yours. You can write whatever you want in it. A lot of people kind of focus heavily on the fact that, oh, there's these boxes that I have to write things in, or the time frames. Like, it's paper. You can write whatever you want. So in your case, you were like, wow, these pages, like looking back, these pages are ugly. It's like Michelle said in the chat, that was here's how I, don't get fired. You put all that, you vented into your planner, which is awesome because that's yours. You can do whatever you want with that book. And I think
I used to have a blog, and I had a blog. One of the first posts that I made was, "It has no rules. It's yours. It's your journal. There is no right way to do it. No one's going to see it. And if they do, they better have your permission."
Exactly. And I think because like we live in that age of social media where a lot of us do post our planner spreads online, and some people actually post like completed journal entries, and people are too busy like, oh, wow, I'm not writing that kind of stuff in my planner, in my journal. And it's like, because that's not your life. Like, that's somebody else's life. Why would you be writing that thing in your journal? So I think if we can get away from just like, yeah, they're nice to look at, but your planner might be ugly or it might not look that great to somebody else, but for you, it's serving its purpose. You're venting your frustrations, or you're writing about all the awesome things you did or want to do. And if we can just look at them as notebooks for ourselves and treat them as such, I think a lot of more people will get, better uses out of these. Shannon, I know you've been waiting. Waiting. You can take the floor.
So let me just say I am a reformed washi addict. I have had oh my God. And I don't know why it never dawned on me. When I first started, I was a Kickstarter too. And when I first started with Passion Planner, it never dawned on me or any calendar, to use a sticker to make it pretty. And once I found out, oh my goodness, I was I was in the stores, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, like everywhere spending. I spent more money than I really should have. And then one day I looked at it and I said, I don't want this washi tape, and gave most of it away, right? But I also started using washi tape to denote which of these cords belong to me, right? So, if you're getting rid of it, keep a thing or two, because you can basically say, hey, you have my print my cord to my computer, or you have my cord to my iPhone, or anything like that, right? So I started using it in that way. But I will tell you, I do a lot of the things that Angela does, with regards to using color coordination. And I'll tell you, one of the things that helped me with color coordination when I first started doing it, until it was embedded in my brain, I put a ledger in the front of my planner, because sometimes I would mess up, and it's like, I needed to remember it and be consistent. So I would put a ledger in the front of my planner, and that helped a lot. The other thing is, yes, Dollar Tree stickers are awesome. They're beautiful, they're big, they're thin, they are awesome. The other thing that I do is, if you are a perfectionist, I have a ton of stickers. I counted the other day. I take about 100 writing utensils to work every day, and I bring them all back home, because people know me for my pens, and I only need to leave out what I can allow you to take with you, right? And people are so honored when I give them a pen. But when I give you a pen, it's because I'm going to replace it with or I give you an entire pack of pens. It's because they can't be separated. These are my babies. Like, they go together. And so now I gave you that blue one, or that hot pink one, or whatever. I need to replace the entire pack. I'll bring you the rest of them tomorrow if I don't have that particular brand with me. It's the whole thing. But anyway, I love the erasables, the friction erasables. You do have to be careful with them, though, because if you are one who likes to leave your planner in the trunk of your car, well, the trunk, I have not had any problems leaving it in the trunk. But if you're brave enough to leave it in your front seat or whatever, know that, one, it might get stolen, and two, if it's hot, even if it's 50 degrees outside, if the sun shines on it and makes it warm, your information will disappear, and you have about a 50-50 chance of getting it back, and only if you put your planner in the freezer. And it happens with the pens too. You have to put the pens in the freezer as well. But friction, I've tried a few of them, and friction is the best that I believe, except for those really thin ones, they're scratchy. So don't get the thin ones, but that helped. And the other thing that I've done, this is the third year that I've done it in a row, is that I struggled with using my planner consistently, because once I started decorating it, I felt like I can't put anything on there for next week because it's not pretty, right? I wanted to decorate before I put the information in, and they call that before the pen. I saw somebody saying that, BTP, right? And I just wouldn't write in it until I couldn't, I had a mental block. So then I had all these sticky notes everywhere, right? But I started at the end of the year, I started just decorating 3 years ago, and this is the third year that I've done it, and I've already done it for the fall. But like the last couple of days of the year, I would decorate my entire planner. Because I had a ton of stickers like you, Charlize, and I couldn't stand it, right? I couldn't stand it. And I was like, I'm not giving these away. I'm going to be like Oprah, giving away cars. You get a sticker, you get a sticker. And I would slap a sticker on everything, right? Everywhere, everything. I don't care about a theme. I know, I try to keep like a week in the same sort of, if it's Valentine's Day, I try to put, all the things red and white that week or whatever. But for the most part, I don't have a theme for the month or anything like that. But I am determined to use these stickers. I really am. And still, even after I did that, I still went months. Like I just looked yesterday and I went from probably March to June or July with beautiful pages and nothing on them. So even that doesn't keep you from wasting space or whatever, but that's okay. It's still beautiful. At least it's not blank when I reflect in 10 years. But anyway, so those are some helpful tips that I have with regards to using it. So hope that helps.
Angela, did you want to hop in again?
Yes, I just wanted to say something that I forgot to say earlier when we were talking about perfectionism and how I have a feeling that a lot of us in this group are probably that same exact way. We probably all have this issue low key. So I wanted to share a quote with you guys that I constantly remind myself that don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Sometimes you just have to get it done. It doesn't have to be perfect. A lot of my friends that are starting in the Passion Fam game and they're comparing themselves to me. And I'm like, yo, I'm a 10-year vet in the game. Okay. Like I got some experience on this belt. Like it has taken some time to get to this level. And I feel like a lot of people try to compare themselves to other people, or even me. I was getting on myself this summer because I got so busy this summer. I had missed a bunch of months and I had to just remind myself, like, that's okay. That's part of life too. That's what this planner is it's our life. And sometimes it doesn't have to always be perfect because life is not perfect, So I just wanted to remind some people of that because I know I struggle with that extremely.
Yeah, I see that a lot. I do. So like for those of you who aren't aware, I started hosting or helping host virtual meetups for the Passion Planner community a few years back, and I restarted them this month, or tried to. I did get sick partway through, but the goal is to at least meet once a week, and we do this. We chat, we talk about our planners, we set up our planners. We're cooking and doing all kinds of other stuff in the background, and that's totally fine. But that's something that comes up all the time, is like the constant comparisons, the perfection. And once again, it is your notebook. No one has to see how it looks or what it contains because it's for you. It's supposed to help you manage your life or whatever you need it to do. That's what it's supposed to do. But I do hear that often. And even myself, even if I don't say it, I'll feel it and I'll be like, wow, that person's, or like handwriting, something as simple as handwriting, like, wow, their handwriting is amazing. And it's like, my handwriting isn't ugly. But in that moment, I'm just like, wow, their writing is so awesome, or their calligraphy or whatever. So hopefully this is the year that we kind of drop that mentality. Everyone, like, this is your notebook. If it's going to be ugly, it's going to be your ugly notebook. Okay. So like, if you have to, own it, it's yours. Let me see. Anna, you want to jump in?
Hi.
Hi.
So I was just thinking about something that Angela, Michelle, and Charlize, is that how you say your name? Something that you guys said about, having stickers and having washi tape and all the things. And somebody had mentioned that they were precious. And that's something that I had to learn to use them. Like there's so many stickers that I had that I love so much. I love them. And I'm afraid to put them on my planner because then I can't use them ever again. So that's something that I've really had to learn, that I buy them so that I can use them. So use them
My
because
wife
eventually they're
says
going to lose their
that.
sticky. What?
My wife says that, and I'm like, but then you'll have it in your planner forever. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
true.
yes, your special stickers.
Yeah. And I do go back and look at my planner pages. I'm like, oh yeah, that was such a fun week, and look at the stickers. And so I'm learning to go back and look at things. And not only is it good because then I'm enjoying the stickers again. And I'm actually enjoying my life again when I look at some of the fun things that happened, or I'm proud of myself because I overcame something that was really hard. So, yeah, so that's all. Thank you.
No, that's a big one. And I see a lot of people joking about it online too. They're just like, oh, but once again, if I use it, I can't unuse it. And it's like, you're supposed to use it. That's why it exists, to be used. And like, we can't hoard these things forever. Like, another thing that I've done besides giving away planners is giving away supplies. And like, if anybody wants to do happy mail exchanges where I send you some things, you send me some things, or if you're just getting rid of stuff and I'm just going to send you a bunch of things, we can do that. We can arrange that throughout the year. Get some pen paling going with everybody, because I'm sure we all have things that even like, this is not even half of the washi tape I have. It's just the washi tape that's currently on my desk. And a lot of these were things that people sent to me. They were just like, hey, I have washi tape. I'm going to send you some things. I'm like, cool. And then now I have all the things. And I don't even use washi tape that much. I do use it to like organize tables and things. I started a journaling club for some of my students. So I try to take things for them to use. And I'm like, hey, here's some stickers for your journal. Here's some washi tape. But I don't need all this. So if anybody wants to do that, that's something we can do throughout the year too. Or even if it's just like washi tape that you have and you don't use it, someone else might use it. You might get washi tape you will use or something like that. So we can talk about that later on. Before we continue, because I know I got some more hand raised, I'm going to draw another planner because I'm going to forget to draw them as we're talking, because I'm going to get so engrossed in conversation that I'm going to forget that I'm giving away all these planners. So I'm going to pull for the Sunflower Yellow. This one seems to be a favorite. It's really pretty, but I don't do light colors. I don't really like light and bright colors. I'm a very dark, obscure girly. So all my things are dark colored. So I'm going to give this one away. The Sunflower Yellow, once again, it's a medium Monday start planner. I'm going to switch. I'm going to share my screen again really quickly so you guys can see. First of all, okay, that's not the one. I have a bajillion tabs open and it's gonna bite me in the butt later. Okay, let me go back to this tab. So pop that open. I believe this is the tab I popped open. All right, so this one is for the Sunflower Yellow. So the winner is number 24. And that person let me go to this tab now. Number 24, Shannon. So you just won this one and you get to take over the conversation. So congrats, Shannon. This one will be yours. And it was the only color you put in as an option when you were given the option to pick all the colors. So you won the only color that you wanted. So congratulations.
Thank you. And as I sit here and review all of the ones that I have, I think that I am going to let someone else who wanted Sunflower Yellow have it. If you can pick another name, I just my numbers are this is I got a bunch of dailies last year. I got a bunch of them this year, and I'm trying to go back to them. And yeah, let someone else have it who is maybe even in need, who can't afford
So
one.
would you rather we give it away to someone specific? Like I can post in my other group if someone needs it, or do you want me to just pass it on to another person who entered the giveaway?
Well, if you know someone who can't afford a planner and would like one, after you've given them all away, can you come back to that one?
Yes, I can do that. I can donate it on your behalf. I have a Facebook group called Operation Planner that I started. It's been kind of neglected because I was finishing up grad school and I started working. But I set up that group and people kind of post if they need planners. All they do is cover shipping and I'll send them whatever they need. So I can put it there.
Yeah, that would be. I'm glad I won something though. That's lovely. Um, I was going to say something else. Okay. Oh, if you are in a community where there, members of Black Greek letter organizations, usually they have girl groups who, they mentor young ladies, and they do they do vision board planning, and I took a ton of stuff to my friend who was having to do that. And when I say a ton of stuff, I mean everything from poster boards that they could cut up to stickers to, like, she was like, you single-handedly bought everything except for tape and scissors and some glue, right? And so you can definitely donate to them if you'd like. They would be really appreciative of that. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, so I know we're living in a time where people are trying to be more sustainable, but we also know that as much as we all would love to be digital planner people, it just doesn't work for some people. So we still have to get these paper products and use them. But yeah, that's definitely another way that we can kind of minimize our impact on the earth, is just give them to someone else to use. If you're not going to use them, don't hoard them. They're not serving you any purpose. You can, like I mentioned I see some people in the chat who'd be interested in some exchanges. You can also just give the things. You don't have to, swap things, because I've given like boxes of like stickers and washi. One thing I really like doing is giving away pages from sticker books that I don't really use or don't really care about. When I do these swaps, some of them might be stickers that are, pages that are missing a couple stickers, and that's totally fine, because the goal is to get someone else to use the things that you didn't use. So, there's a lot of options out there. I know some libraries will take donations of things. I'm going to start donating stuff to my school library, because our librarian just does all kinds of activities and hosts all sorts of events for the kids. So I'll probably be doing that for some of the things that are more kid friendly. But yeah, there's a lot of options out there. I'm going to jump back into this presentation because we kind of already were talking about this. But where we go? All right. So the different types of passion planners, because some people mention that they use weekly, some people mention that they use daily, so on and so forth. So Passion Planner offers weekly planners, either dated or undated. And they also offer daily planners. Those are undated, and they're meant to be, I believe it's 3 months worth. Yes, 3 months worth of pages, about 90 or so daily layouts for you to use. And then they also have digital versions of all those planners. As you've already heard in this chat, some people use stickers and decorate, others don't. At the end of the day, if it works for you, it's functional. And I'm really heavy on if it works for you, then it's functional, because I've seen grown adults argue that using stickers is childish and that can't possibly be productive, or they only use pen because that's the only way for it to be functional. And that's not true at all. We're all different. Our brains all work differently. And if coloring the thing makes you use it, then it's functional. The end. I don't care if you disagree. That's my take on it. It's exhausting when people feel that they have to gatekeep how someone else uses something that's meant for them. But if you are new to Passion Planner, this is kind of what the layouts look like. So the weekly, this picture is a Sunday start planner. So you'll have one column for each day of the week. It's broken down into timestamps. You don't have to use the timestamps. I know some people are going to see them and feel obligated to use them, but it starts at 6 a.m. and ends at 10:30 p.m. Ultimately, if your days are in the evening, then that could be 6 p.m. to 10:30 a.m. It's your book. You can do what you want. But on the left column, there'll be the week with the dates, a box titled This Week's Focus, another box titled Good Things That Happened, a quote, and then some sort of habit. And then on the bottom, there's to-do lists. So there's a personal to-do list and a work to-do list for that. And then if you are a daily person, The daily planners are all undated, so there's a spot for you to put a date, circle the day of the week. Your focus for the day, game changer. So the game changer goal refers to the goals you set in your passion roadmap. A lot of people, like I said, it's your book. You can cross out those labels and put your own in, whatever you want. But this is kind of what they look like. One thing I wanted to talk about, though, because some people, I mentioned the free printables that Passion Planner offers. So I'm going to go to their website and we're going to look at that really quickly. So like I said, they got their whole Black Friday sale. So if you want to check out the planners and all the accessories, they have bundle gift sets, all that. That's what's going on in Passion Planner's world. But I'm going to look at, there's a tab titled Free Printables. So they offer all their planners as PDF versions. So if you want to download them and print them out, you can. If you want to download them and use them on a digital device, like an iPad, you can do that. That's what a lot of people did, which kind of prompted them to create the digital versions of their planners. They have samples. So if you're unsure, if you just want some guidance on how to use a certain layout or insert, there's some samples. There's a separate section for planner inserts and trackers. Worksheets, reflections, and challenges. And then there's sections for digital wallpaper and patch found creations. So if we look at the inserts and trackers, someone mentioned that they wanted to work on their finances. They have a pretty decent monthly bill and budget tracker. So it's kind of similar. I mentioned the Budget Mom. This worksheet is kind of similar to what she has in her book. She just has more space for things. And then hers is per paycheck. So this is like good for an entire monthly budget. But the way her worksheets are set up is for each budget. So if you get paid bi-weekly, you'd have multiple pages. So one for each paycheck. This looks like it's just your month. Yeah, it's a monthly budget. But this is an option. So you can print it out. You can print it out based on the size of your planner. So you don't have to try and resize it yourself. You can just choose the size of your planner, enter your email address, and then they send you a link to download it. And then you can print it out and cut it out. It should fit as long as you follow the printing instructions. It should fit the planner. So that was a really good one. I did see someone mention that they wanted to do finance stuff. There's another where is it at? Another finance tracker. So if you want to track your finances for the week, this one might not be bad to like cut out and put in on your weekly or even in your daily planner section. But it has, you know, if you're keeping track of your weekly expenses and you want to write it down. So this is what I was talking about in terms of my budget planner, just keeping track of all my expenses and writing down every time I swipe my card. And I'm realizing that I'm just spending money on all kinds of nonsense, and I'm gonna get better. 2025 is gonna be the year where I don't waste money on frivolous things. And by frivolous, I don't mean that, like, you know, all the fun stuff. I just mean things that I just absolutely don't need. I found transactions for things that I had never used, and I'm like, wow, I paid for this thing and never used it. Amazing. We're not doing that anymore. Let's see. Yes, I do have some in my shop. Someone mentioned on my coffee shop, I do have some that I put together. If anyone's interested in those, I can drop the links to those later on. But I did put together some like budget binder starter kits on my coffee blog. Someone mentioned in the chat. But yeah, there's some other inserts. So for our readers, we have some book trackers. There's a list one. There's, I believe, 2 versions. So this is version 1, date, title, author, rating, and then version 2. I think they just changed the sizes for these. Let me look. Oh no, version 2 is the actual bookshelf. I was like, I knew it should have been different. So if you want one of these to be perfectly sized for your planner and you don't want to bother with resizing, they offer these. So you have version 1, which is the list, and then version 2, which is the bookshelf. If you want a book tracker, what else do we have? If you track calories, they have a calorie tracker. They have extra to-do list pages. They have a bunch of other things that are like new that they've been adding throughout the year, like this project planner, music podcast, TV show tracker. This is the table of contents that comes in their passion journals. So if you want to add like a table of contents to your planner, this might be something good to download, because the front pages of the passion planner are pretty much instructions on how to use the planner. So you could easily cover those up with any of these inserts if that's something you want to do. Let's look at some of their samples. Yeah, this is another good worksheet that people aren't aware of. If you want to know the size of the boxes, like if you're getting custom stickers or anything like that, or if you're making your own stickers, they have these. So any planner made from 2023 and beyond, these are the measurements of all the little boxes on each of the types of planners. So that's helpful. So if you make stickers, that might be something you want to look into. Yeah, the passion planner weekly layout size measurements. Trying to see what else I can look at. Okay. Yeah, so there's that. Some of their worksheets, reflections and challenges. So there's a 7-day self-love challenge, 30-day journal challenge. I know a lot of people in here may not necessarily be planner people, but they might be journal folks. And there's this 30-day journal challenge. It gives you some prompts and some things to write about. Just to kind of help you get into the flow of journaling. You don't have to follow them word for word. It could just be kind of a guide just to help you get started. So if journaling is something you want to focus on next year, that's another really good one. And the good thing, like I said, these are all free. They have some coloring pages if you want to add some coloring pages to your planners, health and wellness reflections, create your own 30-day challenge. So maybe you don't want to journal, you're working on something else. You could start with that. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. These are all free. So you just go to the Passion Planner's website, free planner printables, and all of those are there. And like I said, they also have free PDF versions of the planner. So if you're not sure, you can just download it and kind of look at the PDF and see if it's what you want and go from there. You don't have to purchase anything if you don't want to. Let me see. Okay, so another thing I wanted to chat about is people's like planning routines. Like, when do you plan? I know, like I mentioned, we do our little meetups. We try to meet up on Sundays and set up our planners for the week. I know that doesn't work for everyone. So like, what do? Do you plan? Do you sit down and actually, I know some people sit down with a cup of coffee and set up their plans. I try to plan, I try to sit at my desk and I'm like, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna plan. It doesn't work. So how do you guys do it? Valerie, go ahead.
I host a planner play once a week for my patrons. And so we just get together and decorate for the week. And then once a month, that is the monthly reflection instead. I also have hosted for various like writing organizations, the end of year reviews, or I've done a passion roadmap like workshop before. So I've done it all, but mostly I just do the planner play once a week.
Yeah, so she mentioned reflections. The Passion Planner itself, the weekly ones have monthly reflections, and Passion Planner does host virtual meetups for those, but I'd be down to do that with people too. So it's just a 2-page spread at the end of each month. And you're just reflecting on the past month. Some people use these as a guide, some people don't use them at all. I know some people glue their own kind of reflections into this, or they just scrapbook in it. One thing that I've seen a lot of are memory books. So people will just turn their planners into memory books. They glue in their photos. They write about everything that happened. And I kind of started that with this one because for the new year, I was traveling last year. And so I kind of started like, you see, this was January. I started. You see, there's 2 solid weeks of me writing things down. And then I journaled about everything that happened because I was out of town the whole week. So I'm going to try to stick with that this year because, like I said, this planner virtually got untouched and I'm very sad about it. But I did see in the chat a lot of people say they set up Sunday mornings for the next week or Saturday mornings. Meal planning, yes, that is a big one. I started meal planning more when I started revisiting my budgets, because I'm like, oh, if I'm going to sit here and see how I'm spending money, I'm also going to make sure that I'm not going crazy with my groceries. So I started meal planning and then planning my grocery lists based on the meals. So I definitely see the benefit in that. Oh, that's okay. So going back to what we're talking about, stickers, Shelly's mentioned use what you have first when it comes to shopping in general. That's a good that's a good word of advice for all of us and our sticker hoarding selves. Use what you got. I know it's tempting, especially when all these companies keep launching new stickers, new planners, new this, new that. I try not to look at everything anymore. Like I used to be, because I'm also a moderator for the official Facebook group, I'm usually aware of some of the stuff, not all of it. Sometimes they'll slip like the new things and we'll get all super excited. I'm like, I have to have it. And then it sits unopened in my stash of things. So I try not to look at things anymore. I've gotten really good at not doing that. But yeah, Angela, did you want to jump in again? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I noticed that for me, and my bestie, who I just recently got in the last year or so, we like have accountability, what we call our power planning hours. And we'll just have like a power hour on Sunday where we just like get on video chat with each other. And most of the time we don't even say a word to each other, but just something about knowing the other person's there doing their thing too, like helps us. And we do that like mainly every Sunday for our little power hour and like just knock it out and get it done. And we usually do one like the weekend or so before a month is ending to do our upcoming month also. And that always seems to help us.
Yeah, I do have I met a group of girlies who kind of want to start doing that. Sunny's in here. You don't have to jump in if you don't want to, but she has a server for women of color to kind of just get back into journaling, and we've kind of been chatting it up. But that's kind of something we want to do with regards to journaling. I'm open. Like I said, I've been hosting meetups. I'm trying to stick with the weekly schedule, at least once a week on Sundays. Like I said, I know the time zone thing kind of messes everything up because we live all over the country and all over the world. But a lot of people have been able to join in, and I wouldn't mind. Yeah, Michelle dropped the link. She hosts a monthly reflection on the first Thursday of the month. Everyone's welcome. And then she has a link. If anybody, I'll pin that if it'll let me pin it. But yeah. Anybody else want to share? Oh, it's not letting me pin it. Pooh. I'll try to grab all these links and put them in a doc for everyone. Just send out all the things. Well, the floor is open if anybody wants to jump in and talk about when you plan. Oh yeah, did anyone grab their 2025 calendar? Yeah, so it has all the monthly covers or different planner covers that they have. So January's, so there's a whole yearly calendar overview, and then January. Yeah, they launched the calendar recently. Go ahead, Angela.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even know that I had.
Yeah, anybody, you can unmute at any time. This is not, we're not in school. I'm on break. Let me see.
I know. I will just say that, like, this shows how much I love y'all because I never do these type of things. I always sit back, like, in the corner by myself. So I definitely have been jumping on board tonight, and I'm like, oh, look at me joining with the Pash fam. Like, I love it. I love how everybody's had such like great ideas tonight and stuff.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you jumping in and everyone else who's contributing, even if it's just in the chat. Because I do know that's one thing that a lot of people have mentioned is just like, as big of a community as the Passion Planner community is, a lot of people still do plan on their own or don't know where to find people to just chat with. Yeah, we host these events. If you're on Facebook, I usually will post in the Passion Planner groups. Well, the ones that I'm part of, there's some that I don't vouch for anymore because people have shown their true colors. But the official Facebook group, the official Passion Planner group, let me actually grab that link. I have groups that I run that are my own, but I'll plug theirs and you can find me there. You can message me on Facebook. So you can message me on Instagram, wherever. Yeah, so this is, I just dropped the Facebook link to the official Passion Planner community. That is the company's Facebook group that I help moderate with a few other awesome people. And then I have my own groups. I will update them on that Google sheet that I shared. But ultimately, you can find me at online Mixed Mama Musings. I'm everywhere under that handle. My old handle was Mixed Mama Plans, but then I realized I wasn't just posting planner stuff. So I just made it match, made everything match. Let me see. Okay, let me do another giveaway. Give you guys some time to either join that group, chat amongst yourselves. I know it's getting late for some folks because time zones, so don't feel bad if you gotta drop out. Let's go. I'm gonna do the maroon gilded magic. So this one is a maroon colored version. I did the green color this previous year, but this is the one that I'm gonna give away now. Let's let me share my screen again. All right. So let me see. Here's my post-it note. Okay. All right. So this is number 12. And if we go to our sheet, number 12, Jacqueline. I know she's here tonight. I don't know if she's still here. Oh, I see you in the chat. Congrats, Jacqueline. And this was also the only one that you voted for. But you won it. So if you don't already have a planner, you do now. And remember, you can always, if you have a planner and you don't want it, you can always give it away. But yes, congrats, Jacqueline, and you're so welcome. Be even better when you don't have one. Now you do. I'm going to try to get these out before the end of December. So hopefully they get to everyone before the year starts so you can start getting them together. That was that one. And then let me just pull another one while we're sitting here. So this one is the Dusty Rose. It's like a pink, a pale kind of rose gold pastel color. So I'm going to pull this one as well. Draw the wish from that. So this is for the Dusty Rose. Number 8. And that is Lisa. And I believe you're still here too. Lisa. So congrats, Lisa. You got the Dusty Rose planner. You're welcome. She's congratulating Jacqueline in the chat, and then she gets pulled immediately after. Alrighty. I'm gonna go back to our vision board. So this whole thing, I can save this as a PDF. It'll most likely be multiple pages. But yeah, this link, I'll keep it active. You can add to it. Let me redrop the link if anybody wants to add more to it. So this, for those of you who weren't here when we started, this was the Padlet. What about vision boards? So what do you put on your vision board? What goals and hopes you have for the new year? So if you would like to add onto this, you can. Or if you just want to read through what people put, it's set to anonymous, so you don't have to log in. You should be able to just click on that link and enter, and it'll generate some random name for you, or you can log in if you have an account or want an account. But that was something we did at the beginning. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me see. Alrighty, so as far as the agenda goes, that's all I had planned. So if anybody wants to talk about some other stuff, the floor is yours. I know some people wanted to jump back in about vision boards or what they do for their goal setting or their planner setups for the year. If you want to talk about what planner you got, because I opted for, which one did I go with? I went with the Year of the Snake, the jade colored one. That's the one I decided to keep after buying all of them. The floor is yours. I'm going to set up these remaining giveaways because I still have 3 more planners to pull. So I'm going to set up the generators for that. But the floor is open. If anybody wants to talk about any events that they're hosting, any planner related stuff they want to do this year, if you want to talk about other planners, here's another one before I go set up these other giveaways. I don't know if you guys have heard of the Heroes Journal. So this is a daily planner and it's set up like you're going on a quest. So this one is the Galaxy of Astoria version. So it's like a space themed journey, and your goals and everything are set up like you're accomplishing a quest. So that's another really good one. I haven't started it. I'm debating if I want to start it this year or if there's a project I want to use it for, because it is a daily planner. It's not going to last the whole year, but this is kind of what some of the pages look like. The pages progress as the story changes, so the pages are all different. So your quest, to seize it, like what you're going to do, the top 3 tasks that define a successful day. It's kind of a similar layout to like Passion Planner Daily. They just word it a little bit differently. So that's another really good like journal / planner alternative. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Hold on. Let me bring this back. So this is what I got. I forgot the actual color, but it's black. But yeah, it's basically set up. It's a story that you're completing because you're going on a quest. So you're going to fill out your call to adventure, which is kind of like your goal that you're setting. And then, let's see, basically what happens if you refuse that call. So your call to action, what happens if you refuse the call, the cost of inaction. So basically, if you don't complete this goal, what's going to happen? So yeah, this is a daily planner. It's 3 months worth, similar to Passion Planners Daily. It's 3 months worth. So you define your quest. You kind of fill out a contract with yourself. You define your quest and you accept your quest. So you're going to write I, put your name, the date, all that, sign that you accept the date, that you accept your quest. And then this is pretty much what the layout is set up like. The daily pages, it tells you exactly how to use each section. So yeah, it's another fun, like kind of gamified version for some people who kind of need that. I got it to try it out. I haven't yet, but that's another option if Passion Planner is not your jam. We're not here as, even though this is kind of like started as a Passion Planner event, even in the Passion Planner community, we all use a ton of different planners and journals because, like I said, we're all different. Have a great weekend for everyone who has to jump off. I know it's getting late in other places. It's barely 7 here for me, but I totally understand if it's getting late for everybody else. Another planner is this book. It's called The Anti-Planner. It's not really a planner. It's more of a way to kind of get you out of a rut. So this is the explicit version, so it does have curse words. So this one literally says how to get shit done when you don't feel like it. So there's different tabs, and you pretty much go to the tab based on how you're feeling. So there's a tab labeled stuck, overwhelmed, unmotivated, disorganized, discouraged, and then there's some extras. So depending on how you feel, for example, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'll go to that tab, and then there's a bunch of activities to choose from to kind of help you when you're feeling like overwhelmed. So it'll tell you which page to go to if you're feeling intimidated, overcommitted, panicked, or burnt out. So say I was feeling burnt out, it says go to page 144. It also lists examples of what that might look like. So on page 144, burnt out. So it says overwhelmed, burnt out. I'm putting others' needs before my own. I struggle with self-care. I'm exhausted all the time and all out of energy. I'm afraid to ask for help. I'm so over everything, etc. And then there's a bunch of tasks that you can kind of pick from to hopefully help you get out of that rut. And yes, it is specifically designed for people with ADHD. The creator, Danny Donovan, has ADHD, so she did design this anti-planner for people with ADHD. I don't want to write in it because there's like one spread. There's like a bunch of different like activities you can do, but there's only like one of each activity. So my plan is to use it in my journal. So like going back to burnout, it's like signs of burnout, and you can kind of check in with yourself to see if you have any of these: physical, emotional, cognitive, or behavioral signs of burnout. And then there's like different activities you can do to kind of help you get out of that. So this first one is give yourself a damn break. And it's different ways to practice self-care, like TV shows you've been meaning to watch, movies you haven't seen, books you want to read for fun, restaurants, you'd like to try, people you haven't talked to in a while, things you'd like to learn, and a section to add like your own. Another activity, recharge your batteries. So keeping an eye on your energy levels, listing things that drain your energy, some signs you're in low power mode, and ways that you can help yourself recharge. So yeah, it's a really good kind of workbook. Yeah, I'm going to be incorporating a lot of these into my journal this year. But yeah, if anybody else wants to jump in, let me put these last couple of giveaways together. If you are signing off for the night, thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, the floor is open. If anybody wants to jump in the chat or hop on the mic, let me put these last couple of giveaways together.
I guess I'll just hop on the mic. I just I'm getting into the passion planning. Like, I was really big on just like getting a regular planner. Back when I was in college, and I really was on top of it back in college. But then like once I like finished, I felt like I like kind of let myself go in that aspect of like planning and making sure to be on top of my stuff. So now I'm just trying to get back into it again. And like after being on the Discord and seeing like everybody's layouts for their planners and stuff, I started realizing like, oh, maybe I should just like start using the stickers and the washi tape stuff, and maybe that'll motivate me to be more consistent with it. But then also like a lot of people were talking about like that perfectionist mindset. So I'm just like, oh, I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to put this. What if I put the sticker in the wrong spot? Stuff like that. But I feel like now I'm just gonna say, F it. I'm just gonna get me some stickers wherever I can. Get some stuff. I saw you post that thing about in San Francisco, that craft store. I'm gonna have to, face my fears of driving in San Francisco too, and go to that craft store, get some stickers, get some stuff, and just, put it all together and just say, it is what it is. Whatever happens from it, I'll just, eventually like it. Especially like looking back on it later on, I feel like it's better to have done it and then be able to look back on it than to not have done anything and then wonder like what happened over the years.
Yeah, one thing that I did share also in that Discord was about one of my aunts passed away in May, and one of the things we learned at her funeral was that she wrote while her daughter was away in school, because my cousin was working on a PhD. Basically, since that girl started college, she hadn't been home. So she got her bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, PhD. So she was pretty much in and out of her home for years. And her mom kept a journal of things that she wanted her daughter to know, like things she felt a mother should tell her daughter about life, anything she wanted to do. So when her mom was suddenly diagnosed with cancer and then eventually passed, my cousin now has this notebook full of things that she can kind of lean on now that her mom is gone. And so that's kind of something as a parent myself where I'm like, you know what, that would be pretty awesome. Even if I don't write specifically to my child, I want him and any future kids I have to at least be able to know me through my journals and things like that. So I think with that mindset, it'll help me kind of like stick to it, because I enjoy flipping through these and being like, hey, we went out to eat at this place. We went to see this, this movie. We went to this event. So I'm trying to keep that in mind as as time is going on, that I want to have something that my kids, my family can be like, oh, wow, your mom wrote about this, or she wrote about this. So stuff like that. Even if it's not like perfect, I want people to know who I am so that these journals are going to outlive me. So hopefully I can leave something for my kids. Go ahead, Sunny.
Hi, I'm back. I just wanted to show Tarina, I worked on this today. So it's your little care package. My car is broken, but I'm hoping that one of my friends, or not, I'll just might take the bus and go to the post office and put it in the mail for you. So I have some stickers and some, there's stickers, there's papers inside for like scrap journaling, junk journaling, whatever you want to call it. And I got you a little board with some of my favorite washi tapes on there. Yeah, and then your little planner and one of my favorite writing pens. So it's on the way, girl.
Thank you. I'm excited. I feel more motivated after getting into this Discord group and meeting you guys. It definitely has motivated me to be more creative, because I don't know how everybody views signs and stuff, but I'm a Capricorn, so I'm really big on getting money and trying to just work. But now I've read some books over the years and learned new things, and now I'm trying to be more about learning more about myself. And my career is not everything. I have to also get into hobbies and be able to express myself in different ways instead of just always wanting to work and get money. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
Well, another thing that I wanted to bring up, I'm going to pose it here as a question because one of my other friends is in this call. Diana, hello, I see you. We are going to start. Okay, so it started off as an inspiration from the books and the films, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. So it's Sisterhood of the Traveling Journal. I did this a few years back, but it kind of died because of the pandemic and people were kind of like, I don't want to touch things. So I respect that. But ultimately, it's a journal that you and your friend share, and it gets, instead of, if you're not able to travel, the journal can. So that's kind of the goal. We already have a journal and stuff set up for that. I just got to get it going because I have the journal. So what we're trying to do is it's kind of like notes back and forth to each other. postcards, things like basically, she's all the way on the other side of the country. So I want her to get to know where I live, tell her about where I'm living, what's going on in my place, where I'm going. She's going to do the same. We both have like major life changes that have been going on. So I think this would be a really fun way to kind of document all of that. We go back and forth with our little journal, see how it works. We might be able to fill up the way both of us write. We'd easily be able to fill up that journal quickly. So we'll probably go through a couple if we are able to be consistent. But if anyone is interested in doing something like that, I can help set it up. I helped organize it for a couple Facebook groups a few years back. I think some of the people are still talking in those group chats that I don't know if they're still sending journals back and forth, but they're definitely still chatting because I was in all the group chats that I made and I kind of just muted them so people could have their space, but I'll still see the notifications pop up. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of awesome to see that through me helping bring these people together, they were able to at least form friendships, if not keep their journals up. So if that's something people are interested in, let me know. I can help you guys figure that out too.
I don't think I can add one more thing to this list of things I am interested in and still keep track of the other list that was there before this meeting. They're all amazing things. I want to do all the things. But I will at least say that it's an amazing thing to do something like that. This is a long, long time ago. And I'm married happily now. But this person, I was dating someone who lives in San Diego and I lived in Palm Springs, so like Inland Empire area. And we had a journal we passed back and forth. Because in my mind, this was like high school status, so we had a journal, and each week we met up on the weekends. So I drove 2.5 hours to go see this person every weekend, and then he would take the journal and then have it, and then I would take the journal and then have it. And obviously I am not with that person, but oddly enough, in the conversation, he died on the same day my mom did, which is weird. Anyway, I have that journal. And boy, is it a trip to open it up and see some of the stuff that's in there and written in there. So obviously that's like a unique situation and like it was a relationship, but it's still, there are things in there that I like have completely erased from my brain and like that wouldn't have been stored in there that I think I could have never pulled back out. It wasn't written in that thing. So it is a very cool experience. So see that. My wife just said it helped her learn a lot about who I am. By being able to see that part of me, right? That like that's not something she would have ever been able to see otherwise. So, that's my half a cent.
I don't know if anybody can. I can't hear you, Dahlia. I don't know if anybody else can't hear.
I was writing, so I didn't even know she was talking.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I accidentally, my mic has a little tap to mute, unmute. So even though Google Meet says I was unmuted, the mic itself was like, no, you're muted. Okay. Thank you for that. See, I got my back. But what I was saying was I was answering a question about the anti-planner. It's not a passion planner. It's a planner designed for people with ADHD by a lady named Danny Donovan. So I just dropped the link in the chat. She's been dealing with a lot of people selling her product. She only sells it on her website and Amazon. So if you see it anywhere else, please don't buy from them because her products have been stolen left and right. She's, publishing these on her own. So I'm all about supporting small businesses and content creators and things like that. Like I mentioned, the version I have is explicit, but if you're not big on curse words, she does have a clean version. So if potty mouth, you don't want it, there's a version for you too. So if you go to her website, let me actually pull it up really quickly since I have it open on my screen. So here we go. So this is her website. If you go to where it says the anti-planner, there's the original edition, which is the one that I have, that literally says, how to get shit done when you don't feel like it. There's a digital download, and then the middle one is the clean edition. So if you don't want the curse words, I totally get it. Not everyone cares, but it's how to get stuff done versus, that. So all the explicit language is removed from the planner. So if you have someone in your life who's probably not even an adult, so the language might not be good for them, you can get it. If you have a teenager maybe who just needs some motivation. But yeah, there's a clean version available if you want. But yeah, it's not a passion planner. It's a planner I happened to come across when I was like learning more about my spicy brain. Yeah, sometimes planners don't work. So at least, let me see. So this is what I was talking about, like the inside of the planner. So there's different tabs. You go to the tab that you resonate with. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, go to the tab labeled overwhelmed. And then there's different worksheets or activities that you can do to kind of help pull you out of that overwhelm. And there's a lot of like reflections and things so that you can kind of recognize the signs within yourself when you're feeling overwhelmed. So it's like, oh, I'm feeling frustrated, I'm irritated. Oh, it's because I'm overwhelmed, I'm overstimulated. So it's really good, even if you don't have ADHD, with just kind of self-care and managing like how you deal with things, because you don't need to have ADHD to be unmotivated or disorganized. It's just a little bit more common for folks with a spicy brain, and that's okay. So there's another, so this is in the category stuck. Letting fate decide where to start. So if you can't figure it out, roll the dice and there you go. That's an activity you can do. So that's kind of why I got it. This is kind of funny. Disorganized, the top 5 worst chores. What household tasks do you hate the most and why? So yeah, it's pretty cool. This is one I didn't color it in the book, but I did like the concept of it. Clean by numbers. So you get to set your color key, and then you can clean, and then you color in the number, whatever you decide. So if red is for the bedroom, I'm going to clean my bedroom, and then I get to color everything number 1 red. So if that will help you with your cleaning, there you go. So there is a digital version, I think, that, it's PDFs. So you can print out specific pages that you want and reuse them. I believe she had a deal where if you bought a physical version, you also got the PDFs. I don't remember getting that deal because I didn't see the PDFs, but this one it's $5 right now. I guess, I don't know if it's a Black Friday specific sale, but if that's something you're interested in, also available in the original or clean version. But yeah, it has like all the little different exercises. So if you just want it printable, you don't want the whole book, you can definitely just grab that, print out what you want. Or if there's certain activities you like more and you want to keep doing those activities, that's another option there as well. All right, let me do another giveaway. So this one is going to be for the red Earlessnick, the ruby colored one, because I'm keeping the jade one for myself. So this one, it has the little dragon. It kind of goes all the way around to the back. It's the ruby color. I believe it's the same. Yeah, it's the same color as the Year of the Dragon one that was for this past year. So yeah, it's just this year, this color was the limited edition one. And then for 2025, the jade color is a limited edition one. So that's why I got that one. All right, so for this one, we'll draw a winner for this one, number 15. 15. Share this tab is Anne. So I don't know. Oh, I see her in the chat. So congrats, Anne. I will email or message people, whatever contact information you left on the form is how I'll reach out to you. So don't worry about it. You can also reach out to me if you want to remind me, because, I might forget. I can own it. But I'll usually, whatever email or social media you left is what I'm going to use to contact you. And I'll get all your information and ship it to you as soon as I can. So this is the Ruby one. I'm gonna move that. The next one. So congrats again, Anne. The next one I'm gonna pull for is this espresso brown. That coffee colored. Kind of hard to see. My light didn't want to work today, so I'm not able to make it all change the brightness. Okay, let me move over to this one. So this is for the espresso brown. Number 17. I didn't pull that number already, right? Okay, 17. And let me see. All right, so this one says Jen, and I don't have a last name, but I do have social media and such. I just hid those columns, so I'll be reaching out to Jen. I don't know. Yeah, most people have kind of dropped off. So this is for Jen. Congrats. And then the last one that I'm going to be giving away is the vanilla cream. And that one. Oh, got to repick because I already did 17. Hello? I really like 17. Oh my goodness. Oh, let me. Oh, it doesn't want to work. Okay, give me a second. Let me. It's probably tired because I'm doing too much. New quick draw. This is for vanilla cream. Numbers 17. Nope, 27, 58. Let's see. Quick draw. Random number picker. Let me see if this works. Okay, the site decided it didn't want to work. So I'll probably, well, let me see. Let's do this. Minimum 27, max 58. All right, let's try this again. I'll just use Google. And then hopefully it pulls a number from my list so I don't have to type them all individually. Did this person, number 46, did not request this one. 28. Did not. 44. Did this person. I'm getting all the numbers of people who didn't pick vanilla as their option. Number 40. Okay. 40. All right, so number 40 did pick, and that's Catherine. So Catherine will get the vanilla. Congrats. Number 40. Like everyone pretty much logged off. I'll probably be doing giveaways throughout the year because I have a bunch of undated planners that I have as well. So if you are cool with an undated planner, the only difference between their undated weekly planners and the dated weekly planners is where the pages are. So all of the monthly pages are compiled together, and then you have a bunch of weekly spreads. But yeah. So that was all I had planned for the night. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will share in the Partyful, I'm going to share these slides, and then any links, I'm going to attach them to the slides. So that way all the slides will be in one, all the links will be in one spot. So what I have is this page, and it's going to have everything linked to it. So once I get all my links all sorted, the recording, there will be a transcript available, and anything else, they'll be attached to this slide. So if anybody else wants to chime in, say some things, I am done. Thank you guys all for joining, and thank you guys for whoever was able to stick around this late. I know it's pretty late in other places. Still pretty early for me, but I know it's late for a lot of other folks. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'll probably be seeing some of you guys Sunday again, which is totally fine. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I'll see you guys again in a couple days. So if that is it, hope you guys have an awesome night. Great weekend. Happy New Year if I don't see you in this kind of space. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
I'm glad you were able to make it.
Me too. I learned a lot from you today.
I'm glad. I always feel like I'm just saying nonsense. So it's kind of awesome when people are like, I actually learned something. Like, yay.
No, absolutely. That was great.
Thank you.
Thanks for hosting.
Anytime.
As always, Dahlia, it was great. I will see you on Sunday.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Bye, Sunshine. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye. Hope you guys all had fun.